Hello, my name is Michael Jagiełło and I would like to introduce you to my very first tutorial made for www.aetuts.com, and this is what we are going to be creating. As you can see, it is pretty decent looking effect imitating a floating screen over a cell phone. Cell phone this time you can make it whatever you want. So let's get started. So there are a few hints you need to know about recording and organizing your footage. The first one is to make it as not shaky as you only can. So organize yourself a Steadicam or a tripod or whatever you want to make it not shaky, to make it stable. Why? Because it will make some major problems next with applying your hologram to your cell phone, for example. And the second one is to give quite good lighting, so the details on the cell phone, this is very important, will be quite visible. I did it with semi-good light, so it is quite hard to make it very good looking, but as you have seen on the example, it was pretty well. So what we need to have: a cell phone footage and a hollow screen footage. So let's drag it to my Adobe After Effects CS3, and now we have to start with new composition. And now sometimes there's a problem because we have to choose the preset. Okay, for example, I would like to have it as the preset of my composition exactly the same as my footage is. So instead of going to properties of my footage, I can make it like this. Just drag it and drop onto this icon, and it will set up a composition exactly the same as the footage is. So it is NTSC, HD resolution, and so on and so on and so on. So after importing my two compositions, we have to make it separate. I'll show you why in the folder. So let's get it started. So let's go to our cell phone footage right now. Make it a quarter because we want to render pretty fast. Okay, so we don't really want to start up here, right? So now find the best place to start our footage, our composition. Okay, so here, now press the B button for the beginning. Now let's go like 6.5 seconds, and now press the N button for the end. Now right clicking here, trim comp to work area. Now we've got like 3 seconds of pretty nice steady looking footage. Now we have to track motion this what we've got here, make it full because we need really high details. Now I've got the tracker controls over here, but usually it should be window, tracker controls, and it will pop up apparently over here. So let's go to the very beginning, set the track motion, and we want to set the position and the rotation as well because it's 3D. Okay, so we got here 2 points. One is for the position, and second one connected to the first one is responsible for the rotation. And there's one hint: when you zoom in and zoom out using your mouse scroll, you zoom whenever the center is, but when you alt click, when you have your alt pressed, left alt, and whenever is your mouse, now scroll in, scroll out, you zoom in and zoom out whenever your mouse pointer is. So it's pretty nice and useful option if you want to make things fast and the time is running away. So again, to the very beginning of the composition, find points. Okay, so now we will have to make the floating screen over here. So let's find places really close to here and around. So for the track position, I have found a pretty nice place over here. It is a shimmering corner of a button. So why I picked this? the position, the point you want to track should be different than the area, so it won't just run away or get scared and it won't mess up. So now we've got to set the second point. I've got one here, dot, make the area around a bit shorter. Okay, so it sounds like mystery now, but let me show you. Now we have to add a new null object, and let's call it just null, and let's call it cell phone. Okay, so we want to, what is null object? Null object is something very useful, but you can't really see it after rendering. Like, it's like air. You need it, you love it, but you can see it. Okay, so now edit target, take the null. Okay, now we have to make it work. So usually you should analyze forward by this button. You can analyze one frame forward and set up your, if it runs away, you can set up your point to even better. It takes time, but sometimes the effect is better, but sometimes it is not. Okay, so let's analyze forward and hit stop, hit apply, choose X and Y axis because one both axes, and okay. So now you can see the null object is changing its position and rotation each frame. So okay, the null object is following it, but I don't really want the null object over here. I want my girl to float over here. So what do we do? Now we should drag the composition of Holoscreen over here, make it a 3D layer. Let's go position down and use we'll use these two options, selection tool and rotation tool. So memorize this. This is for V and this is for W. So I'll just make it a bit more panoramic, so it's okay. Now we have to set it up as it looks really real, so we have to make the angles work for us. Position, scale. Okay, now it looks pretty decent, but okay, at the beginning it looks decent, but when we move forward it is running away. It's pissing me off. Okay, so now what do? We want it to parent this to the null object. What does it do? It makes us this thing, okay, 3D layer, follow this thing. So it is parent, this is his kid. It follows its parent. Pretty nice effect, huh? You don't need a 3D software to do it. Okay, so but now it in the end looks pretty okay, it ran away, so you just have to find a pretty nice position of it. So in the end and in the beginning looks pretty nice. Scale up and ta-da. Okay, looks pretty nice. Okay, make it a quarter to render fast. Well, it looks pretty nice, it does it. Okay, another step is behind us. Now we want to make this hologram screen look more like a hologram screen. So let's go to the holoscreen, and we've got this footage here longer than 10 seconds, even 12. Okay, so like before, we should go here, hit the B for the beginning, like here, and for the ending, maybe even shorter because and for the ending, dream come to work area, and we're here. Okay, now we want to make it a bit more blue. So color correction, powerful curves, and we've got the RGB up. Red is the color we want to get rid of. Same is with the green, and the blue want to make it rise like it's a neon or something. Okay, rest will do. color correction, brightness and contrast, like maybe 20%. Okay, I guess this looks good. Does it look like a hologram? I guess it does. Okay, now we want to make some kind of frame around, right? Okay, solid. Make it a bit more, I mean, like light blue. It's violet, but okay. Now hit this tool, rectangle, inverted, and double M for the feather, like 50 should work it. Okay, the color effect is wrong. It should be more light. Okay, now it's good. Looks good, looks good. Cell phone, let's check this out. Full. Okay, looks nice, but it is still not it. Let's go back to the whole screen. Take that this third. Want to create some crazy numbers. So go to solid, make it black, and effects, text, numbers. Okay. Want to find some nice color, like something like light blue. Let's copy it for the future, and we want to rise the size up. 48 would be good. Okay, so now we got numbers here, but they are not changing. Set the random values, and now it gets amazing, like, you know, from a movie or something. I like it. Okay, so going for the new, want to add some fancy text, effects, text, basic text, contact time. We've got this contact time over here. So change the color, change the size. Okay, now it's good. Now we have to paste this time. Okay, effects, text, basic text. It was no, sorry. Effects, text, numbers. Okay, we have to attach the color. Size also 48 would be great, and time code 25. And now the time is passing from the 0, but we kind of want to change it. For example, from the middle, it's like cut out from the real time. Okay, now it looks good. Go back to the cell phone with the full. You see this contact time, numbers. For me it looks great. Okay, going further, want to make it look a bit more real. It is a screen, so it should glow a bit. I've got a glow effect over here, and okay, let's hide this for a minute. Okay, I've got my own way to do it. I do it normal, glow operation normal, glow threshold to like 10%, and this 3 like 30. Okay, cell phone, look, it is really glowing. For me it looks nice. Okay, but okay, you want to also make it a bit more opacited. Okay, look great. But now we want to animate this part. Want to make it look like it's losing contact or something. Like, you know, she's on the other part of the planet and I'm looking for her, sitting by my computer talking, and you know, rescue mission or something. Okay, now want to make it a bit more blurry. So the point is we have to make it blurred. Blur sharpen, box blur works for me. Over here we go to the effects, we have the opacity, effects, box blur, blur radius. We want to start animation from the very beginning. And I know there should be expression for it, but it is not time to explain expressions, right? Okay, take this, okay, maybe full. Also another keyframe with 0. Now, like 2 keyframes down, reduce to 20. You see it has gone a bit more blurry. Another 2 or 3 frames, keyframe, and again to 0. Next few frames, keyframe, 1 to 3, like 35, 1 to 3, again 0. So it's okay. I can do this on and on, but there's no reason I should do it. Okay, so I'll preview this, but it will take a bit too much time. Okay, you can donate me for a new computer because it is not a powerful machine. Okay, whatever. Now we want to make it, okay, like losing the screen. So go back to opacity, make it quarter to faster preview. Go back to opacity. Okay, like here, another keyframe. 1, 2, 3, maybe, and now to 0 because we want to make it go 1, 2, 2, and again, for example, 75. Now it's quite better, and I think we want to achieve it is like it's now kind of disappearing while losing contact. You can see it is gone. And you can make it here and here, whatever you want. It's really your option. Also, you can make this screen with these options, contact time, some additional numbers here, some lines. It is all your call now. Many ways, plenty ways to make it a bit more elegant. So it is looking quite nice. But now we are missing one quite important thing. The screen of this cell phone is not glowing at all, and it should. So now we'll have to go back to the track motion. Let's start. Track motion. And now we want to rotate and position it because we want to make a surface connected to the cell phone. So now we want to make a track type perspective corner pin, and every single point will have to connect, attach to a corner. But what's the tricky part? The tricky part is if you will make as wrong footage as I did, you will have a problem, and it's not a problem, but it is a time swallower. Because now I will have to analyze almost every frame separately, and to do it you will have to make it not this button but by this button. But before we start to analyzing, we have to edit a target, but this time the target won't be a null object. This time it will be layer, new, okay, can be this blue, make comp size blue solid. I'll call it like for example screen glowing. So now we have to okay, work it frame by frame. Okay, so till this point you can see it starts to shake. So redo and frame by frame. With Alt pressed. Okay, I made it. I analyzed every single frame, but it didn't take me too much time though. A lesson learned: always pay attention how and what are you recording, because after all you will have a problem. Okay, so now after analyzing every single frame I have to edit target. Of course I could have done it before, previously, but it doesn't matter. Screen glowing, not null object. Screen glowing we added before. Okay, and now apply. What did it do? Show up the screen glowing solid, and as you can see it fitted up screen glowing solid between all the corners right in the square. So we got a blue solid instead of our screen. It's a really nice tool if you want to exchange some banner you record on the street. You want to paste your banner and not the other company or not the other actor, just your face. So as you can see, let's take it to the quarter because that's most important. There's in every single frame looks quite good. Okay, so what's next? We have to make this solid, make it a bit more sense making. So we have to add some blur to it. So I'll pick a compound blur, just maybe 12, not to be too hard, but it's okay. And now I would add some maybe glow. So glow, screen glow. So I'll add a threshold like, I don't know, 20%. How 25 does look? 20, threshold to about 50. Maybe increase it. 22, 20. I guess 20 looks the best. Or with 35. Okay, that's the best option for me. And I would as well add some ramp, radial ramp. So take the ramp, add the effect, make it radial, and just over here. And now it looks senseless, but if we blend it with the original, it will make a bit more sense, right? It did, like maybe 60%. Okay, looks kind of nice, but it's still something wrong. We can transfer mode, change the transfer, add looks the best because it is really glowing, and in the other place it's not. I mean, okay, it looks good. You can try some other modes. You can don't use it, but it is how I do it. And the whole screen, we can also make some transfer mode like overlay. Overlay, maybe soft light. No, overlay was better. Okay, for overlay it's way better. Now what can we do? We can as well, okay, it looks good so far, but we can make some additions because this color don't really match each other, but now in a moment they will. First of all, we'll make it a bit more realistic. I mean, not this one, whole screen, a bit more realistic, to make this person really nice person. The shoulders and head like in a real action movie. See, it looks way better now. There is one more thing we can do to make it look more like a nice video or movie. Okay, so we can pre-compose all this stuff. Oh, and here we got the pre-comp. Add an adjustment layer and put powerful curves on it. And now we shall decrease the RGB, and I want to get rid of red and add some blue. Maybe over here. No, here it looks like a blue with the green. Okay, now for me it looks great. So just pre-compose it. I mean, make it a full preview. To be honest, my workstation didn't make the RAM preview of our previous composition, so I had to make a separate video file and then import it to After Effects and then make new composition. But it is 100%, even more, what we've been doing for the last 25 minutes. So let me show you one real quick. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got the blurred moment and the losing of opacity, losing of contact. You can make it here and here and here several times, so it looks like more better, and you can add some audio. There are plenty of pages in the internet which provide some kind of audio sharing. You can harsh some sounds, some distortion sounds, etc, etc, etc. So I hope I showed you pretty clearly what some basics of track motions, and I hope my tutorial showed you a bit how to make a 3D something in a 2D, two-dimensional footage. So after all, I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I will provide some other tutorials you will like. So that's it. Thank you. Goodbye.